Hey, what's up, Blackovis community? Dan here from Elk Shape. This is my homeboy, Dirk, the Bugler Durham. How you doing, Dirk?
Oh, hey there.
Oh, hey.
Doing good.
Let's talk about elk vocalizations.
Let's do it.
A little. A lot of common mistakes we've seen. We'll go through those. But first, let's identify some standardized elk sounds that you might hear in the woods. First one, location bugle. This is going to be bulls locating where other bulls are. They want to see what's up. This is what I use to find elk, whether it be the mornings or the evenings or maybe a little bit after dark and I'm trying to locate elk. I will bust out the location bugle. Dirk, let's hear it.
I got two versions of this. I got the long, high, clean note, and then I have one that's kind of just we start at the bottom of the scale and work our way up and back down, but I'll go ahead and demonstrate.
Yeah, give us the ringing one, the most ringing one you got.
Okay, and then we got the full range one.
A lot of times, we'll, at camps, especially elk shape camps, we'll coach folks to, hey, let out a location bugle. If you're hunting with a buddy, one buddy should maybe be pitched out on that side, listening intently, not shuffling through your backpack, making extra noise, because Dirk will throat punch you. And the other guy could be over there. And just kind of depends on how you're feeling. Like, what's the vibe? Is this a great looking elk area? Chances are, if you're convinced that there's elk there, give it a couple minutes and maybe hit him with that second bugle that he just did where it's a little bit more full. If your gut's really telling you that, man, I know there's got to be elk here, I haven't heard it, you might go into a location bugle with some grunts or chuckles. What we want to do now is show you or differentiate the differences between chuckles and grunts. Let's do that.
Okay, first up, we're going to do chuckles. They're a lot quicker cadence, and they sound something like this.
I call him Charles.
Charles?
Charles. You know, a lot of guys hear these awesome sounds Dirk, world calling champion, can make, and it's intimidating. The cool thing is September's short and finite. You have 11 months to practice, probably in your truck. I will say I've gotten in trouble a little bit practicing at home. Wife doesn't dig it as much, but you have unlimited reps in the truck. Keep a bugle tube, a couple diaphragms. Don't let them sit on the dashboard and get melted by the sun, and practice your calls when you're commuting to work or whatever. And just, you know, work through it, maybe record it. Next up, this is your specialty. I'm going to give you a little bit of a compliment. Don't let your ego get too big, but I think Dirk has the best grunts in the entire world. No pressure. You do not disappoint. That was good.
Thanks.
All right, and then I think a lot of folks have heard the herd gathering, bull calling to his cows type of language, but really it's a lot of times kind of a short bugle where the bull is just talking to his ladies. However, I've also heard bulls really elongate that sound, really like a lip ball, growly. A lot of times that's a good chance it's a mature bull. Regardless of what you think it might be, you'll recognize this sound. So let's give him kind of a very lip bally, end it, you know, very long, drawn out, nasty bugle. And that is a good indication that there's cows in the area. And that's good to know, so you can basically decide what's going to be your next best move in the elk woods. Let's move through some cow calls, some calf calls, and differentiate those tones. So a cow call, a basic mute, like elk are they like to communicate. They like to know where each other are at. And so a very safe sound is to make your basic cow call. Then you can hear a little bit more of the estrus whine tone. We'll talk about that. I've heard some folks call it an estrus buzz. We'll work through that, and then we'll segue into a younger cow or a younger elk, a calf sound, which is very common to hear when you're amongst a big herd. It's a pretty aggressive female saying, "Get over here." A lot of times it'll be near a breeding sequence type sound. If you hear that, that's good news. Like guards are going to get dropped, elk are going to be susceptible, and you probably should strike. Calf calls are very safe sound to make in the elk woods. Doesn't scare the elk away, and you should know how to make this sound. one little pro tip. When you found a ridgetop and you want to locate elk, I actually usually don't do a locator bugle at first. I'll always start with the softest, most subtle sounds, which is a combination of cow and calf sounds, because you never know if elk are just within 100 yards, and I don't want to blow their eardrums out or scare them off. So I'll actually start with that first. Can you give us a combination of cows and calves? So folks, we've done elk-shaped camps for, we're finishing up year 3. We do anywhere between 5 and 7 camps a year. Dirk has taught a lot of people how to make these sounds, and we're gonna go over some of the most common mistakes. The first thing is where to place the reed, and to understand that you can customize these diaphragm reeds, the tape, to fit your palate.
You wanna place this reed in the strong part of your tongue, okay? I like to say, if you had a grape on your tongue and you were trying to crush it, that spot where you feel strong with your tongue, that's where you want to put this diaphragm, okay? And then maybe this thing feels a little bit too big in your mouth. Maybe it's overlapping and touching your teeth just a little bit. It's okay, it's perfectly fine to take some scissors and trim a little bit off the edges in a straight line, off the sides, or you can take like 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 of an inch off the radius of the diaphragm. And you want to make a little tiny cut first. You don't want to take too much off. That way you take a little bit off, try it, see how it fits, see how it sounds, and then work your way down. Because if you take off too much in the beginning, then you may kind of go the opposite way and do something wrong that maybe the reed won't seal up quite right.
And the last thing I want to point out is when you're just starting to make your elk vocalizations, you need to understand the fundamentals. And that's really being able to take that diaphragm call from the lowest note all the way up to the highest note and hold it and bring it back down without loss of any sound or air pressure. Sounds like this.
Guys, I think you can really clean up your bugles a lot, even if you're an old pro or maybe you're just starting out at this. But learning this scale from the bottom to the top and then practicing it sounds kind of like a siren, but by going over it and doing it over and over again, what you're going to do is learn that muscle memory to where every time you put this diaphragm inside your mouth, you're going to get the same results. And your focus here is very, very smooth transitions and quality of sounds. We're not going to put this in and blow super hard. A lot of guys think it's good to blow super hard right out of the gate. No, we're going to ease into it with just a little bit of air pressure on that first note you hit. So just very little air pressure. Get those notes going. And as you push your tongue hard to make the octaves change and go up in scale, you're going to start putting a little bit more air pressure with it. So you're controlling your tongue pressure and the air coming out of your lungs from your diaphragm.
Your diaphragm down in here.
Your core, basically.
Diaphragmatic breathing, elk calling. The last thing is, and this is super important, listen up. When you're learning to run a cow call, it's seriously a high note dropped off, letting the diaphragm stretch and vibrate, and it's all good, but it's not with the muscles in your mouth. We show them the most common mistake people make with their mouth trying to make out calls.
Yeah, I think we all were told, hey, make that EO sound.
Yeah.
That's what a cow elk sounds like. So everybody, first thing in their brain, they put a cow call in their mouth and they think, okay, EO. So they start making this EO with their lips. And what that does is it changes the pitch of the call and it makes it sound kind of weird. You go from making a call that sounds good to using your lips to form that sound.
Don't do that.
It just doesn't sound realistic. So, and that's a really hard habit to break. Our good friend Jeff will do it a lot, but he's been working, sorry Jeff, but he's been working really hard to break that habit, and his cow calls have gone from like 1s to like 9.5s. So that's just a really easy common mistake to get over and to fix.
Guys, thank you for checking out Elk Calls with Dirk. He's one of the best, but honestly, you can be one of the best. Elk don't care if you've won elk calling championships, artificials. They just want to hear good, clean sounds. Make these sounds, practice in the off season. Check out Phelps Game Calls. They're awesome, great company, and they're here at blackovis.com. Appreciate you guys watching, and we will catch you on the next one.